Welcome back to another Dasher Cam Tesla adventure video where today we are going to be doing the however many month it is. I feel like it's definitely been more than 6 months. We're doing the review that is warranted truly on these mud flaps. I noticed that this mud flap video that I posted got quite a few views, so I assume that you guys enjoyed that video, or at least the premise of the video. And I've been driving around for a couple of weeks with these mud flaps on during the rainy season. It's obviously been quite a few months since I've installed them, and I just kind of wanted to give you guys a quick look at what the car looks like whenever you're driving around for a few weeks with, nasty inclement weather, lots of leaves down on the ground, and to show you whether or not these mud flaps are actually doing anything to protect the car. I would argue that yes, they are doing something. It's definitely catching some of the things that would have otherwise just flipped up on the back bumper of the car. But are they really that great? Well, that is to be determined. I will be washing this car in just a few moments, which is part of the reason why I decided to do this video, is I wanted to get some of the views for you guys before I wash the car, just to kind of show you the before and after and to see whether or not these mud flaps actually do anything to, somewhat protect the car. I have noticed that I don't necessarily like how things will build up in here. I think that is quite unfortunate, so hopefully I can get all of that stuff out of the crevices there. Just one of those unfortunate things about these particular units. I've definitely noticed it on the front as well, that they may let some things in this little crevice. Not really a big fan of all of that, but realistically for $30 or $40, I think that they've done a pretty good job. They are collecting debris. I feel like they are protecting somewhat of this rocker. Most of the time, from what I've noticed, the water comes from here and splashes and goes way out to here. So, it's definitely protecting this front part of this rocker. Not necessarily all the way back here, but it is a good 2 inches-ish off the ground. And I think that for what it's designed for, it's definitely doing a good job. I haven't had any pins fall out. The pins that the company gave me to install it with have held secure. I haven't had anything clip-wise come out here. It's all stayed intact. Again, the only thing that I really don't like about these is that whenever, you've installed them, some things will get between it and the car. But I think that's probably a normal part of life with mud flaps, depending on what mud flaps you get. Now, I would love to get some Rally Armor mud flaps. I think that those are probably the top of the line. A lot of the Subarus around here ride around with the Rally Armor mud flaps, and I think that they are honestly probably the best, the industry standard. But for these no-name, off-brand Amazon mud flaps, I really think that as far as saving your car from nasty debris and some of the stuff on the road, obviously not all of it, but definitely saving your car from at least some of the debris on the road, it's doing a decent job. So anyways, those are my thoughts. We'll catch back up in just a few minutes after I've had a chance to wash the car thoroughly and go over it. And I think that will really give you guys an idea of whether or not these mud flaps have done anything at all to save the car from damage. There's always going to be some damage to the car, just normal wear and tear. But just initial impressions, I do think that these mud flaps for $30 or $40 are the right choice. So, all right, I'll catch back up with you in just a few moments. Well, we've finished with the car wash and gone for a little drive to, you know, to get the water off of it. Don't really have the ability. Well, I do have the ability. I just don't really have the time today to go through and towel dry it, even though I probably should. But here is the finished product. I guess that I didn't really do as well as I could have done in certain spots, but I am okay with it. On that little drive, I got it kind of dirty again, but here it is, looking pretty darn good-ish, if I do say so myself. Cleaned off the rims, as you can tell. I didn't get all of the dirt and grime off of it. I'll need to go over it again if I really want to get down and dirty and deep in there. I tried, but you know, it's hard. Can't always get what you want. But I think that these mud flaps are a really, really good deal for the price. And yeah, you could spend $200 or $300 on a pair of mud flaps that may end up doing the same, if not a teensy bit of a better job, but realistically, overall, I think that these mud flaps, for the price, are going to do what you need them to do, and even more than you might expect. Unfortunately, my only real gripe with these mud flaps is that things do end up getting in these little crevices here. I think I did a pretty good job of getting the stuff out of these crevices, but it's never going to be perfect, right? So those are my thoughts on these mud flaps, my review. If I had to go and buy it again, I definitely would, because I think that these mud flaps are pretty a-okay for the price and for what I was looking for them to do, which was save the paint at least a little bit more so than they would have been without them. So my thoughts on things as to whether or not a purchase is a decent purchase is, did it work for its intended purpose? In this case, yes, it did. Did I get my value within $1 a day? That's usually the way that I try to think about it. How long is it going to take me for get my added value back if I'm considering things at about $1 a day? So these have paid for themselves more than one time if I'm going by that logic. So I'm pretty happy again with this choice. And you know, I want to know what you guys think. So please leave a comment and let me know if you ended up buying these and installing them as maybe a result of my initial video, or if you think that maybe there is a better product on the market for this type of thing. You know, I don't really like the Tesla ones that come on the Model Y. I feel like they're really, really tiny and don't really do a great job of saving any debris from really getting anywhere on the car. My rims and tires are obviously a little bit different than some of yours, so they're a little bit fatter, and I really think that, you know, these are doing a pretty decent job of at least keeping some of the gook and grime off of the car. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Please feel free to leave me a like and subscribe if you think that I'm doing okay on the channel. And if you have any suggestions, comments, or concerns, please leave a comment, and I will be glad to respond to you and, you know, see if maybe I can do better in the future. Thanks again. Bye-bye.